Manipulation tactics part 3. Oops, gang. Reciprocating vulnerability. This is probably low-key the most strongest way in type shit. And before I even like go in on this one, I do want you to know that if you act like this with every single one of your relationships, you will be left with no genuine relationships. And yeah, just know that. And this is not just for men to women. This is for any gender to any gender, because it's just how people work, right? And you know where you have leverage in people and shit, like when you first meet them, shit, pretty much. But reciprocating vulnerability and reciprocating emotional depth is like a speed hack into gaining trust and manipulating some shit, social skills, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's really just social intelligence and knowing how shit works. But so when you have a relationship or a conversation with somebody, at some point it's gonna reach a point where somebody gets close enough and they're gonna share some deep shit with you. Maybe it's like some childhood shit, maybe it's like a secret of recent, maybe it's like how they feel about themselves or some shit. And this is where you can see the type of person that you want to be, and you get to share something back, because then they feel like subconsciously they feel like they can trust you because they just shared a part of themselves, and now it's time for you to share again, versus you just being like, damn, yeah, I feel you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's nice and all, but that doesn't really like, there's nothing to really gain from you just being like, damn, like I hope you feel better. Now you can say some shit back to gain some ground in their fucking psyche, some shit. But yeah, and then this is where you get to decide the type of person you want to be, because whatever you share, it just has to have some depth to it, but it doesn't necessarily have to be as deep as what they shared. But as long as you just share something back in that moment, you'll gain some ground in there, some emotional real estate. Let's call it emotional real estate. But yeah, so you can come up with something that's not as deep. You can exaggerate some shit, or you can completely lie. But if you do that, then you're just lying and you're not manipulating. So it's like, it's not even the same shit. But depending on what you share back, no matter what, you will gain emotional real estate for doing that. Because now, subconsciously, there's trust. You're vulnerable as well. And you're a little further along than where you were before you shared something, or before they shared something. And if they share something emotionally for real, that's kind of like that's like a checkpoint for you to understand that this shit is working. You know what I'm saying? And this person is opening up the pace on how you're acting. And if you just follow the steps from the first video and the second video, at some point you'll get to this. And then at some point too, you won't be having to give emotional depth back as much, and you can just limit it to how you react to it, like with sympathy, or with, you know what I'm saying, just further along you get into it, the situation becomes what you've organized it to be, based off what you followed and what I said, and like what moments, you know what I'm saying, what moments what are you turning this into? Because like I said, like if you're gonna manipulate or try to have the upper hand or social intelligence in any relationship, you need to know at the end of the day, like, what are you doing that for? Are you doing that to not look stupid? Are you doing that to gain something? Are you doing that to what is your thing to gain not looking stupid? Is your thing to gain like something malleable type shit? Yeah. What is it, right? But either way, this is not gonna be a too long one. Just reciprocate vulnerability, reciprocate goddamn depth, and it'll just gain you emotional real estate, emotional leverage in a situation. And I feel like maybe that would be common sense, but I actually don't think it is, because if you're the person that's like just sharing something vulnerable, then you're not hip to the fact of this person just sharing some more shit, some deeper shit back with you. You know what I'm saying? So if it comes to that shit is working. And you're gaining emotional real estate, and now it's your chance to get some more by sharing some more shit. Yeah. This is a short one, really. I'm trying to think about What more can I elaborate on that? But that's really all it is. And it's just, I guess it's just reciprocating in general. Like if somebody does this, it's good for you. Let's say they extend themselves to this line and you extend yourself back. It would be good to pass it a little more. Because now you're moving like the meter of shit. Even with this emotional reciprocating shit or vulnerable reciprocation. It's like whatever you share, you could choose to not something as deep, but only you know what that is because you carry it close to you. And this is low-key a power position if you don't really hold that much shit that deep to you, because then you're just sharing shit for the sake of sharing back and gaining emotional fucking real estate type shit. But yeah, just reciprocate, bro. Reciprocate emotions, reciprocate favors, reciprocate fucking, yeah, and you just gain emotional leverage that way. And that's all to this one. It ties in with the first two videos too, but this one's a little more simple because you don't really even gotta do too much. And if you do too much, then now you look like you kind of just like overexpose yourself for what? You know what I'm saying? They already exposed themselves. It's not your turn to just expose yourself too. Like that's where you kind of like you kind of measure out what you're sharing about yourself, because that's a big part of the whole shit too. It's just you're pretty much being disciplined in your own emotions and your own fucking thoughts and your own actions to where you can influence the decision making of this other person in this situation or relationship or whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? But yeah, just share back some vulnerable shit, whether that be fucking, yeah, whatever that is. Share back something vulnerable, reciprocate effort, reciprocate fucking from me favor. Everything is just, as long as you reciprocate it, but try to go a little bit past where they went to, you'll end up with leverage in the situation. You know what I'm saying? And do everything genuinely too, though, because then that way you can't be told that that's not who you are, or you're just faking it or some shit, because you're not really faking it. You're just knowing when and what to share at what moments. Yeah. And this one, I swear, this one's not gonna be a super long one, because that's really all there is to it. I'm getting a thumbnail now. But yeah, bro. Reciprocate emotionally, effort. Yeah, watch what that shit gets you, bro.